you're ready, just give me a thumbs up. You recording? You sure? For some reason, I just... This is when it's family, it's mine. Damn, yo. All right, so mine is fine. You start talking real quick.
You know me, man. I'm here at the Vibes on 34th in Chicago.
Damn, I thought you were about to say you're 34. Yo, do you know what's actually crazy? It's something Where were you born? Because there's gonna be honest with you.
It's a real interview.
It's not even an interview, dog. It's some shit like, yo, I was like, I don't even know this.
I don't even know this dude.
Yeah, but it's like, I know you enough, but I was like, I don't even know you type stuff.
It's like over the weekend, right? It's like, okay, how about this? When the vibes is just right with somebody and y'all cool as fuck. Like, y'all don't even take pictures together. That's what happened over the weekend. That's like... Well, let me tell you something though. The homeboys I introduced you to, they came up to me afterwards, bro. Yo, you look like a cool dude, bro. You met him here? I was like, yeah, that's all I hang around with, bro. I said on my Instagram story, bro, my biggest flex is the people that I know, my friends and family.
No, they seem dope as hell too.
Yeah, they cool people, bro.
They seem genuine.
Years worth of friendship, bro.
They seem genuine.
Years worth of friendship,
genuine
bro. Yeah, bro. Good dudes, man. They got families and stuff.
Well, I was driving home, and as I was driving home, I was looking at my fit, and I was like, damn. I did something today, right? And then I started thinking, I was like, yo, I took a picture of my cousins. I took a picture of this dude. And I was like, the one person I was planning, like we planned.
Yeah,
we
bro,
actually planned.
I was like, we gotta take a picture, bro. I look good, you look good, fam. We finally gotta show people that me and you know each other, fam. I can't keep going around and be like, you know, Hamza the truth, and use you for clout here in Minnesota, fam. You know Hamza the truth.
What clout?
Yeah.
I ain't got no.
That's my guy. It's my guy. If I ever get pressed at Carmel, bro, nah, bro.
Don't say my name.
I know Hamza the truth. I know Hamza the truth.
Don't say my name. I ain't associated with nobody, nothing. Yo, but listen.
You seem like a neutral ground.
I actually pretty neutral. Like, yo,
exactly.
Here's the thing. There's a reason why I invited you to this podcast. And I'd rather do this in camera. Because like I feel like a lot of friendships genuinely start off with just you add every single day. Like you learn something.
Can we start from the beginning?
That's what I'm trying to do.
All right, bet.
Like I'm really trying to start off. I'm trying to record it. Like I'm trying to be like, yo, me and Ayub, Malintan Basabaranay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So can I start how we met?
Go ahead.
2015.
Oh.
That's where I'm going.
Tell him.
2015. My cousin Anissa, she throws a Thanksgiving party. 2015 was also the first time I came back to Minnesota in 5 years because I was going to school the entire time. From like 2010 was the last time I came here because of my uncle's funeral. But from 2010 to 2015, I never left the state of Ohio. And the one time I did come, I came here. I'm kicking it with Anissa, and then you pull up out of nowhere. And this is the craziest thing. I didn't know who he was. We met afterwards. So I see a random dude, he's performing poetry. He does his thing, gets all the snaps. I'm like, all right, bet. He got long hair. I never pay attention to that. And then I'm kicking it. We meet again afterward through a mutual friend. Mm-hmm. And then, you know what I'm saying? She introduced me to you and we kicking it, we vibing. Next thing you know, I found out you're Delbante and then that tribe shit run deep in my blood.
It's so...
I'm like, all right, bet. Yeah, Delbante, he cool people. It's just it. You know what I'm saying? I bet his family. And then later on, like at this time, I don't know you're that guy from 2015 that I met. And then I'm kicking it here one day. We kick it how many times, bro? We stayed one time from like 9 to 1, just vibing, talking to each other. And I saw your little ID. And I'm like, okay, yo, you got long hair. Okay, cool. Now you in do-rag. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be like you with the do-rag. You know what I'm saying? Got the... What does he do with the top? He puts it on top of it. You think, who do I get that from? I got it from this dude.
I got it from the kids. The kids do it.
The kids do it, bro.
I just watch the kids.
So I see the ID. I never pay attention to it. So I'm like, all right, bet, that's cool. I think I'm on and got to school. And somehow, some way, I'm listening to... I'll give her a shout out, Wallah, because, you know what I'm saying? If she listens to it, she listens to it. If not, I'm a fan of her, Gija Angelo, on Instagram. Wallah, because she was there at that 2015 party. She was there. She performed this Whitney Houston song, I remember, and I'm like, bro, you have an amazing voice. And then I'm listening to her song, Red, on Apple Music. And yo, bro, this shit flames. And I'm like, when the fuck did I remember? Oh yeah, she was there at the wedding, at the Thanksgiving dinner. Okay, cool. And then somehow something A, B connected. This nigga had long hair on the ID that I saw. And then he had long hair there. I'm like, it could be the same guy. I called him up. I FaceTime right there and then. I'm like, bro, I've met you before. He said, when? I said, 2015 Thanksgiving dinner. It was hosted by my.
I was confused as hell because I didn't remember the event. I remembered.
Yeah, you know how he replied with. He was like, I don't know why I'm saying six. Speaking in third person. We got two other audiences right here, but I was like, 2015 Thanksgiving, you performed poetry somewhere. An event that my cousin hosted. He said, Anissa? I'm like, yeah, that's my cousin. Anissa's your cousin? I'm like, yeah, Anissa's my cousin.
Anissa's family.
Anissa's family. And it's like, yeah, and her son Asha and daughter, like her son Ahmed and daughter Asha. I'm like, yeah, they're my nephews. Like me and her first cousins, bro. Her dad is my uncle.
And this is after we've built like a genuine friendship too, which was crazy.
Yeah, we talked before. First we were friends. Then we find out we same tribe.
Some way related.
Somehow, some way we're same tribe. All right, bet. Franca. You know how many people that's Durmante that are cool? You know what I'm saying? All right, bet. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't, your Kabila doesn't mean shit to me. But you're Durmante. All right, bet. That's cool. I fuck with it. Then somehow later on, I find out that me and you met before and that you know my family and I know your family and we're actually fucking close. So yeah. I got cool points right now.
I'm still laughing at my little brother situation.
Off of
association. I was trying to tell my little brother that you knew me and he was over there like, yeah, I know that nigga too, yeah.
I don't know, where did you know? I thought you don't know. Like, we're at the gym. I pull up on this guy. I know his little sister. I see, oh yeah, she plays basketball. He introduced me. All right, bet. I don't know his brother. I don't know anybody in this. So we're about to walk out and his brother, I don't know if his brother is his brother. And I'm like, yeah. And so he's like, how you and Hamza know each other? Oh, yeah, me and Hamza, bro, we go way back, bro. Yeah, bro.
This is him saying that. It's not my little brother saying that. It's him saying that.
This is me. He asked me, he's like, how do I know Hamza? So, oh, yeah, me and Hamza, bro, we go way back, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? This my nigga, man. I found out we family, you know what I'm saying? He know my cousin Anissa and all that. And he was like, oh, okay. And you know, oh, okay, we Amra, don't come. He was like, oh, yeah. Oh, that's for sure. Well, that's what's up. And then I flipped the question. I was like, how y'all know each other? Oh, that's my brother. I'm like, fuck. I was like, motherfucker, you let me just.
Bro, my little brother over there just hyping and shit like, you know this nigga.
Damn,
yeah,
bro.
You really know this nigga.
Are you, what, y'all brothers?
Oh, yeah, that's my brother. Yeah.
That's my brother. Wallah, bro, yo. I'm sorry to bro, but Wallah, I forgot his name right now.
Bilal. Shout out to Bilal. That's my dude. Bro. One crazy thing about this whole thing is we would have never had this conversation, nor would we have had this conversation like this in this area with mics and lights and camera without you and your podcast.
Nah, man.
That's the crazy thing.
Big Bros was big, and I wouldn't be here without Haji fam.
Well, we give Haji his flowers. 100%.
That bouquet.
But
yeah.
We with you right now.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. And the thing is I wanted to start off this relationship on camera, especially which is digging deep, which is who you are as a person and as a man. And I want to share that with the world, especially with the people I know. Because a lot of people that I know, being real, being honest, being genuine is very hard to find.
And don't, like, alhamdulillah, you attribute those qualities to me, but like in that, like,
yo, you might be a terrible person. I might know. Exactly. This is what we're gonna find out. Yeah. I'm sincerely honest.
Ooh.
But listen, I'm gonna start off basic questions, and then they might get a little bit harder throughout.
I've never been interviewed before unless it was for a job offer.
This ain't even an interview.
Okay, bet.
This is a conversation. This is me trying to get to know you.
All right.
Where were you born? Like, let's just start off. Where were you born?
I was born in Egypt, 94. Came here in 98.
Wait, you was born in Egypt?
I was a Cairo kid, fam.
How long were you in Egypt?
4 years. I came here in 98.
Have you ever, like, went back?
Nah, never. You know what's crazy?
What's up?
I was a Minnesota resident before I was an Ohio resident. I moved to America in 98. We moved to Nashville, Tennessee. And then we moved to Minnesota. And then my mom was like, I heard that they're hiring, or the story that I heard from my mom is like they had better opportunities in Ohio where you were able to wear your hijab. And my mom was like, I'm wearing my hijab. And she moved to Ohio. She took a couple of my uncles, and then that's how we started life in Ohio.
And so what, you were like 4 when you got to Ohio?
I came in America at 4, 5, I was in Minnesota. By kindergarten, I started Cassidy Elementary in Ohio.
Do you remember kindergarten?
Hell yeah. Miss Householder? Miss Householder, bro.
I knew I was going to get to this point too.
I didn't know English all like that. I remember we talk about ref moments. It's like, they gave us name tags and I lost my name tag and she kept on asking me, where's your name tag? Where's your name tag? I don't know. Like, she would just look at me and I would just stare back at her. Funny story.
What's up?
There's an African-American kid. I think he was African-American or Ethiopian, but he looked Somali to me. And his name was Zachariah. And I always thought his name was Zakaria, but he was trying to be mother. So I was bullying this nigga in Somali. And
this is kindergarten.
This is kindergarten, fam.
This is how you know our people are built different. This is how you know we just come off different.
I was bullying this kid in Somali. It was like he drew on a circle. He drew on the sun. And I tried to get him in trouble. And he would cover it. I was like, man, I feel sorry for Zachariah, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Yo, been listening to the podcast on some nigga, that was that weird ass nigga that ain't speak no English. Like his perspective on you might actually be so different. You over here making fun of him for not speaking Somali and just clowning him. Bro. He's over here thinking you's weird as hell. Speaking straight African to him.
African, bro.
Imagine the stuff he was telling his mom when he went to home.
I don't even think he was able to traumatize his skin. Zachariah, bro. Damn, man. Well, I feel sorry for him, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, yeah. I was a mesquite kid, bro. Let's be real.
Nah, how you gonna start off with, yo, in kindergarten, right? Listen, this is kindergarten Zachariah. I fucked up with Zachariah. What do you mean? He was a terrible kid. We all know it.
I feel sorry for him.
Remember how I pointed at that camera? I was like, yo, we gonna find out what kind of person you are? I'm sincerely honest.
I'm starting off on the wrong foot right now. It's not looking too good.
How was, and this can be answered by a lot of first generation kids, but I feel like everyone's experience is different with how their household was. Yeah. How was being raised in a Somali household and in going to school where English was mandatory and trying to figure it out? Or were you just too young where it was just, yo, I'm going about it?
It was just too young where I was just going. Like, I never really thought about how I was raised till like afterwards, and everything, it happened the way it was should have happened. Like, first couple years, like I remember in Ohio, bro, like all my aunts, girls were sleeping in one room. All the guys, uncles, cousins were sleeping in one room. My mom, dad, me, my brother were sleeping in one room up until my mom was pregnant with my sister, and then we moved out to Agla Green, and then that's when we had our lives, and then you know what I'm saying, family members just grew, and economically, financially, you know what I'm saying, we find jobs, we got better, we got bigger.
They figured it out.
The same story, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through the struggle. I never felt it. I was always just going to school. I ain't have no bills. That's all I knew. And, growing up, my parents always loved to learn. So, like, my dad put a lot of emphasis in learning anything, bro. I knew my multiplication timetables early on, bro. He forced me to learn Arabic, ana, ina, una, bana, bina, buna. Like, that's that.
It was on you.
Yeah, bro, for sure, bro. And I think that's why I got my love of, like, learning. Because my dad always read. He a reader, bro. Quran manu bakhriya. He learns Arabic.
That's actually amazing, mashallah.
My mom put in
I was still waiting for you to tell me about your mom. Like, you gonna give your dad your flowers?
My mom's, bro, she put in effort, bro. You ever heard of Kuman? Kuman is no? Kuman, yeah, Thunder knows. So Kuman is like this after school tutoring program, but it's very intensive. Like, I remember my mom put me through that shit 7th, 8th grade, and I remember, bro, I could do double-digit multiplications in my head, bro. I'm not lying to you. Quick as shit. They would make sure, like, reading reading they put an emphasis, math they put an emphasis, and
Did you get? This is crazy because now you had your podcast, and I see you as a very creative individual. Did they ever add fire to that?
well, moms, your
Both of them.
dads.
Like just in the sense of just you being.
I think that's the part where I might have lacked. This is the creativity part, and like being creative. My mom probably supported me learning different things, but like I never really got into the aspect of like getting
Like
into
theater and stuff
theater
like
and
that.
all of that stuff. Yeah, my mom ain't let me play basketball. Let me never
so
try
sports wasn't it either?
Sport. I had to play my own sports. I had to learn myself. I had no big bro. I had like my friends. Like I was the oldest person in my family, so it was like me learning everything on a first name basis. My uncles probably play basketball, but it's like they never really brought me to.
Is that where Big Bro Ayub came from?
I think so, bro.
Just in the sense that just,
Just-
you was
I
always the man.
Bro, I was not necessarily the man, bro, but I was always like I had responsibility, like a lot of.
You were the
just
older
had a
brother. You were the older brother.
responsibility,
You were
yeah.
the big bro.
Alhamdulillah, fam.
So sports was a no-go. Theater and creativity wasn't. The
Oh, shit,
education.
nigga. I remember one. That's why I went to Dakan Alice.
You went to Dagan Ellis?
Yeah, I went to.
When?
I was. It was me, my friend Yata and Yahya. We had this notebook. Well, I'm not lying, bro. We used to write lyrics and shit.
Oh, so you wanted to be a
yeah,
rapper.
I was trying to. I was
Like who?
practicing.
Wait, time out. Who you trying to be like?
I don't know, bro. Back in the day, it was all about dirty South was taking over Atlanta, like.
Wait, when was this? Give me a
08,
year.
08, 08, 08, 08, 08, 07. Yeah, 08. That's when I was graduating middle school. So 08, nigga, my mom, the principal saw us, and then we went to Muslim school too, International Academy. It was not a Muslim school, but it was a charter school.
Wait, international in Minneapolis or international?
No.
Y'all got international down there
Yeah,
too?
International Academy.
I
of
went to
Columbus.
international. Was it an awesome high school?
It was all Somali, fam. A few Arabs, but shit.
We had a few Arabs too.
Imagine that, man. Imagine that, bro. Dr.
Damn.
Tarazi saw the lyrics between me and Yata, wallah, and he was like, oh man, this is horrific. But we were writing bars, bro. I was trying to practice my creativity and learning how to rhyme and shit.
Puns
You know what's
and
crazy,
everything.
bro? Yeah, bro. You know what's crazy?
What?
Wallahi, billahi, like I plan on doing that with my son like the other day because those children books, they rhyme. And then I'm talking to him and so I'm like, oh, mujid that. Lahjada nito. He'll rhymes with, I forgot the other word, but it was like it was some word. Snow rhymes with go. Yeah. Lahjada do a school. The mid go, you snow. Mujida. So I'm
Damn,
like,
mashallah.
I can't wait till he like 6, 7, bro. When he start learning how to read and understand English.
My dad used to do that. Like we'd be in the
get into
car,
poetry,
and
yeah.
he would point at a random object. So like he'd be like, "That's a tree," and
Rhyme.
then I would have to respond with something that rhymed with tree.
Oh,
And then it got to
I'm
a
taking
point.
that,
It
I'm
got,
taking that,
Yeah, no,
I'm
dead ass.
taking that.
And it got to a point where obviously I was doing it, and it's like as you grow older, your vocabulary gets bigger.
yeah.
I would do it like a sentence, so like I could see a mic, and then I just make a whole sentence that rhymes with Mike, and you just get back. I don't know. It was like
You
me
was
and my dad.
wilding out before wilding out.
Thanks to wallahi, I'm not gonna lie, alhamdulillah for my dad,
Yeah.
because
The stories you tell me about your dad, fam, I really, really, really want to meet him, fam.
I feel like I want to somehow express how he, not even express, but show what kind of father he was, because I feel like being raised by a father is a blessing. Just
Yeah, 100%,
period, right?
100%, bro.
And also having a father that understands you growing up is another blessing.
It's a blessing.
But having a father that chooses to understand, that's something that's completely different.
Yeah.
Because he could have neglected that whole American ideology and the culture here, and he could just be like, yo, I think this is so correct, and this is how you growing up as a man. His ideology and viewpoint was what's successful in America and what is required back home that is aligned with the deen, and how can I raise you guys to be successful here, but also have your deen and dagan with you, which
Bro,
crazy as hell.
Well, as much as you say right now, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the education field, and I'm like, bro, there's a lot of knowledge in people's head that is not necessarily tangible. If your dad could just come up with a fathering course for the
hell yeah.
modern Somali man, I think we'd be in a much better position as men. And him giving out those type of khutbas, Friday halaqa, you know what I'm saying? Just go around, like you're not necessarily gonna teach a 40-year-old how to parent their son, but we see that there's a disconnect between a father and a son, and these fathers are struggling to connect with their kids. We need a refresher course for some folks.
Let me be honest
and I
with
think
you.
your dad would be the answer.
I'd agree. I feel like he'd be a great spokesperson and all that. But me and him had this conversation, and I feel like it's one that was like really deep, and like it hit home because it got me and him. We kept having this disconnect, and this was in college. It was just like, yo, like he'd be like, yo, it's not that hard.
Testosterone was going crazy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And like he was telling me like, yo, school's not that hard. Like the stuff that you're saying right now is not that hard. Stop complaining, because all I would do is just complain. And then I got to a point where I figured it out, where I was like, yo, Abba, listen. The emotions and stuff that I've learned in English and the vocabulary of how to express how I'm feeling as a man, I don't know those in English. You don't know those words. And the way you learn how to express your feelings and how you feel and what this does to you as a man, you learn those in Somali. I know the basic words in Somali, and you know enough in English. Our conversation at best is basic.
Yeah.
We can never go beyond elaborate, and we can never talk about, yo, like this is how I really feel, because we don't understand it. So I was like, yo, I have to get to a point where I can catch up.
Was it an emotional disconnect, or is it like a
No, it's a language barrier. It's just more so I know more vocabulary words in English of how I can express myself as a person, right? He knows it in Somali. If he tries to translate it, he dumbs it down, which dumbs down the expression and the feeling of how it feels. If I try to say it in English, in Somali, it's going to sound
I really want to know
basic.
how this conversation went, like to get to the solution.
The solution is learn more of either English or Somali. That has to be it, because you're dumbing yourself down. Imagine if this is like, let's just say this. Yo, Hamza, how are you feeling? You ask me in English, how are you feeling? I could respond with, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm feeling a little depressed. And based off that feeling, I'm feeling a little down, and I feel like it's due to this, right? But instead of responding to that way, how do we usually respond to our parents in English? It's pretty dumbed down, right? It's oh, I'm fit, or I'm good. Because it's like, yo, I don't want to go through saying it and then explaining it. Because it's just like, damn, yo. And second, he told me from his point, this is why I love my dad. From his point of view, he's like, yo, telling you how I feel is different. It'd probably go over your head, because I have a lot that I bear. And if I told you in Somali, you wouldn't even understand. So what's the point? And so we literally sat down. It was just like one of those like, damn, like, is this the reason we're not that cool? And the more Somali I picked up, and alhamdulillah for my father, is he picked up a lot more English to where we're starting to express those feelings and have those conversations. Inshallah, I do want to go back to Somali and like get my Somali up. And obviously you don't got to go back.
Sure, bro.
But I feel like that's a huge disconnect. But for you, you're a father. Inshallah, your son's going to grow up speaking English. You guys, the language barrier is not going to be there.
Yeah. Because
how do you feel like you being a father to your son is going to be different from how you were raised?
Oh, I'm going to give him more. So this is the expression that I like, right? It's like your parents' ceiling should be your flooring, right? Okay. And then your ceiling should be your son's ceiling. Or your ceiling should be your son's flooring.
That's actually dope.
You know what I'm saying? So, alhamdulillah, I'm an established. We're both established professionals, right? 20 mid-20s, late to mid-20s. I'm 27. I'll be able to share that, no problem. Successful, finished school. You know what I'm saying? Alhamdulillah, know the American culture 100%. So my goal is to, wherever I left off, should be the minimum of where my son should go.
It's like, yo, I have the cheat code and the cheat sheet. Like, here,
and
this is where you start.
Not necessarily school, not necessarily just school.
Life.
But just life in general. But this is the cheat code. This is everything I went through. This is everything this is the blueprint for you to be cool. Like, I don't want my son, I'll be honest with you. When I was young, I struggled. Like, I always tried to be the cool guy. Yeah. I was never the cool guy. I learned later on in life, I'm talking 22, 23, 24. I mean, yeah, I had friends, cool. But, like, you know, I don't see myself as, like, coming out of my shell, being comfortable, able to have a conversation with just a random person up until my mid-20s. And even after that, I thought. Yeah. But I want my son to be emotionally and socially aware of him being able to come to any circle and be cool with everybody.
Just dominate the circle.
Yeah, and just like him be humble and be like cool. Like I've seen kids like young guys, that all the older kids would be like, yeah, what's up, bro? And they welcome him and they take care of him. I want my son to be in a position where any circle he's in, his aura is dominated. And it's like, okay, bet he's the cool kid. I want to take my son to fucking basketball games and like let him be with the homies. You know what I'm saying?
Raised by the community.
I don't want him to struggle with getting girls at all. I don't want my son to be no bitch. I want him to be able to know how to fight and protect himself. I had to learn that shit.
I know. So this is amazing because I love the rant that you're going on.
Yeah, but when it comes to my son, bro.
Question though. This is crazy. Do you feel like your father has the exact same feelings about you? The exact same way you're feeling? Because I swear to God, I thought my dad didn't until I had that conversation with him.
Yeah. But it goes back to that Somali ideology. Like, my dad put his Somali ideology on me. See, the cool things that my dad thought was back in the day. And yeah, my dad was pretty cool. He was like, he had a great job in his 30s. He was like a judge. He went to Azhar University. He had a chauffeur in his mid 30s that was driving him around in like Somalia. And he was like recognized and shit. Yeah. And he put all of that, everything that made him cool on me. And the thing that made him cool was when all the other boys was playing around and all that, I was reading, I was studying, I was going to school, I was learning. All right? And he put that on me, and there's a lot of pressure.
This is the key to success.
Yeah, this is the key to success. And unfortunately, like, yeah, that's cool. And it led me to a sort of success. Yes, I'm successful. And you know what I'm saying? The habits of him making me learn to read and write and like all these books, it shows right now. But as I grew older, it wasn't the right things that I was supposed to. Well, like the other day, I went over to Ohio. I'm back to Ohio, and we were just talking. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm older, and I could talk to him. Father to father. It's not necessarily just father to son, father to father. He's like, they're all in Arabic. I can't read Arabic. I grew up in America. I was like, if I lived in Saudi, yes.
It would have been perfect.
It would have been all right. I have no excuse at the time, but they're all in Arabic. But what can I do with Arabic, with a bunch of Arabic books? Unfortunately, I mean, there's English books in there too, but my dad is holy, my mom is holy. They're religious, so I grew up in a religious environment. But alhamdulillah, bro. But my son, inshallah, the one thing that I wanted him to do, and the biggest thing that I want him to do, is for him to be as expressive as possible. You know what I'm saying? He's 2. The other day he's crying. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no sense of, I seen this on a Twitter thread, bro. And it goes crazy. Like you learn a lot from a Twitter thread, but like it makes sense at the same time. It's like, oh, don't tell your kids not to cry. Let them express themselves. I'm like, all right, bet. I see my son. I'm like, bro, Abba, he's crying. He's throwing his chest. It's okay, Abba. Go ahead, cry. Or in my cabin, it's okay, Abba. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? And then coping mechanisms with him. You know what I'm saying? A, B, C, D. By the time we get to Q, R, S, he'll just slow down. You know what I'm saying? If that doesn't work, like, go ahead, Abba. It's okay to cry. Let it out. I'm saying it's a release energy. Ain't no sense of telling you to not learn how to control your emotions. Learn how to control them. There's a lot of people that don't know how to do that, fam. They angry, they pop off. Bro, how are you supposed to be diplomatic, or how are you supposed to be successful? Like, when shit is going to get you mad.
When did you feel like you picked it up, though?
Over the past 2 years from
so you're
being
saying
a father.
Before you're a father, back in college and back in high school,
yeah.
Do you feel like being a father changed you?
Oh yeah,
completely
for sure,
different?
Bro, for sure, bro. I'm disciplined like a motherfucker now. Alhamdulillah, fam. I'm disciplined. Like I'm learning to be a better man. Mm-hmm. Like, I wanted to be a better man, yeah, but it's like my actions didn't show. I always wanted, through intention, through the heart. Yeah, you want to be a better man. You want to be a better person. You want to be a good citizen. Does your actions really show it? Like, yeah, I want to be fit. Am I going to the gym? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, I want to learn. You know what I'm saying? More. Are you reading? Nope. You say you want to play basketball better, but are you in the gym shooting? Nope. So now as a father, it's like, all right, bet I got to create these habits so that when he gets to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I want him to make his own schedules. I want him to make his own day-to-day schedule. Okay, we're going to school. Okay, when you come back from school, we got all of these things that we need to do. What do you want to start on? You want to read a book? You want to do your homework first? You want to go swimming?
I feel that's one of the most important things in life in general.
Teach them responsibility.
Learning responsibility, and also learning how to schedule your whole life, because you dictate I think the whole 9 to 5 and the whole school situation gets people in this mindset of I can only work in this specific hour.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like when people can broaden that to, I dictate my schedule and I can get to a point in life where I'm going to go to the gym at this time and I'm going to do this. Yeah. Obviously, that comes with sacrifice, right? Because if you have an 8 to 5, you're going to have to figure out when you go to the gym, right? Exactly. You got to figure it out. For you, though, now you went from the Big Bros podcast. When you guys first started, what was the initial reason? What was the goal in mind?
To create something. That's the thing. We talk about, I was an older guy, right? I've always saw myself as just an older guy. And I don't have a lot of leeway for me to get out of my comfort zone.
How old were you when you officially started? Like your first episode, how old were you?
I think it was 2018, bro. March, June, I think, 2018.
23, 24.
I was 24, yeah.
You was not over here.
But look, I'm all.
I know what you mean.
I know what you mean. Exactly. I felt like I had no gateway to express myself. Like I'm not gonna become a rapper, right? Being a fashionista on Instagram, yes, I could have done it, and I still can't. But it was like it wasn't the right move for me. But then I'm just watching Joe Budden podcast. I'm like, this motherfucker's just talking. I'm watching Joe Rogan. I'm like, bro, I could do this. I can have a great conversation with people. And who's the only other person I could have called? How'd you hit him up? Like, hey, you want to start a podcast? About what? Shit. Business, politics.
I have so many questions.
Wallah, you would love Haji. I say have a sit down with them like this, fam.
Bro.
It would be way better than mine. It would be worth your time. It would be worth your time.
I definitely want to, though.
Haji's that guy, wallah. Haji's that guy.
Listen.
You asking me all of these questions, fam.
No, you're not finna flip the turns because this is my podcast. I'm our boss. You hear me?
Okay, boss.
I run this. Maybe if we get on HBCU and I end up reading one of those books.
We're gonna get there.
Speaking of HBCU. So I have a lot of questions about Big Bro, but I want to actually get to this one before we might be short on time. But HBC, what made you start that? Like, what made you sit down? Because you said Haji was just you saying, yo, I could be Joe Budden. I can talk. I can sit here and talk. And that was Big Bro's podcast. Y'all was really spitting y'all game. Y'all was spitting knowledge. Like, Big Bro, y'all was really Big Bros. Because there's people that were my age. I'm younger than you that was literally listening to every single podcast on some. Yo, like, these men are Somali. They're from the States. They're expressing how they feel, and they're not scared to express how they feel. Yeah. And they're talking just amongst themselves. Like, that was... Like, now you get to see a lot of it, but back then that was fresh, because some people are very harsh on, and we're very critique. We critique stuff harsh.
Some of the... We talk about critique. Critique is... Critique is good only when it comes with constructors.
So many people's critique is different, though. Because look, if I decide to make a skit or a sitcom or a film, that's a project that I've made. Mm-hmm. I necessarily am acting, right? Yeah. If you shit on the character, you don't like the person who it's built around, you could hate on that specific character. A podcast, some people wear masks, but when you're opening yourself, and someone criticizes that's completely different. They're not criticizing what you think you are. They're really criticizing who you are almost, or who you're deciding to show.
What does he think he is, like, doing that? Like, why you even do that? Why you? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Essentially. Yeah. I don't know. Well, I just, you know what they say, bro. People, they will criticize you because of the things that they're not able to do. Misery loves company, bro. Saying.
Yo, time out. Come here, Mark. No, because me and Martin were literally talking about the exact same thing. Yeah. Literally, we're sitting here. Matter of fact, he said those exact same words. I feel like, come here. You got to at least talk. Come here. Hold on. Let me get out. You got to explain. Go ahead. Explain what happened.
I got to not. You got to explain. Martin, what's up, baby?
Man, I feel like people just hate on people for, like, people hate on people because they can't do shit.
Yeah.
And like when the attention's on certain people, they want the attention to be on them.
Yeah. And they can't do shit.
Yeah.
They have no talent to bring that attention.
I feel like they're gonna use your talent and your like threshold and your leeway to gain to theirs. That's what I think everybody does.
Yeah. So they look back at like
Yeah, that's
in the
my 2
future they
cents.
look back at I'll let you get back on.
What's up? Go ahead. I can hear you.
I said in the future they're gonna look back at it and they're gonna be like, damn, what could have been? That's where hating starts, bro. It's a fear factor, bro. They not there yet. And that's what happened to me, bro. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I'm a good singer or a rapper. I'm a whack rapper.
Nah, I think you're nice, bro.
Yeah,
I think you're nice.
I appreciate it, bro.
I think you're nice. But speaking of hating and all that and criticizing, the reason why I love to talk about it is more so because I needed time to reflect myself. The reason why I'm doing the podcast solo dolo right now.
Why you stop poetry? Nah, I know the story, but like, to tell them the PG version or, you know what I'm saying, the version that you want. The version you're comfortable with.
No, the thing about poetry is that one thing in my life where I felt like my art was what I created, and based off of my emotions is what I wrote, and I only share what I really feel.
Do you still write?
Yeah, all the time.
Or
To this day.
For real?
Yeah, I still write.
And nobody has
that's
nothing.
all me. So like whenever I'm dealing with heartbreak, if I'm dealing with somebody, a situation, if me and my mom, it's like my little diary. Like
I'm gonna start that, bro.
yeah, it's just I've always written
I did that once.
poetry, like your own little piece.
My own little piece. I did one that actually got a lot of traction. Not a lot of traction. I'll be honest with you. It got like 300 followers, 300 like retweets on Twitter and shit.
That's 300 people
Yeah,
that
but-
fuck with your shit.
bro,
Hey, bro, time out, bro. I need. Well, I'm be honest with you. I was thinking about starting an Instagram live right here, and if for some reason I was like, yo, fuck, maybe what if only one? Matter of fact, fuck, I'm gonna do this right now. Where's my phone? I was scared. I was like, yo, what if only one person is watching it? You know? But to be honest with you, yo, I fucking love that one person so much. Let me just do that shit.
Whoever
bro.
it is.
Cause it's always that numbers game. That numbers games be killing me. My whole life I was like, yo, and that's low key why I stopped poetry. It was one.
You wasn't
the
getting the
business
numbers?
side. It wasn't the numbers. I was afraid that I wasn't gonna get the numbers. It was the complete opposite. It was every time I posted something, it was the love was there. So in my head is like, damn, when is it gonna stop?
Oh, so
You know
it's
what I
like
mean?
a fear factor of like,
It was a
okay, but of like, damn, the day this ends is the day I won't like. Is that what
It's like, should I retire at top almost, even though I wasn't even near the top.
you got a lot. You got a lot, bro. You got a lot in the tank. It's gonna be- Damn, Zola, you look like an old guy, wallah. I'm here, bro.
You here?
I'm here.
Forget it. They'll figure out who it is eventually. We'll both be somewhat in there, wallah.
Yeah.
Now let me speak on that poetry thing though.
Go ahead.
It was fear of myself. The same thing with the podcast. I've realized a lot of the things in my life, I always have other people around me just in case it fails. Nigga, we all fail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
What is the definition of failure to you though?
the definition of failure for me is showcasing something that you're not. There's a point where I made an Instagram. I made a new Instagram. This is like, people don't even know this. I made a new Instagram account,
Yeah.
right? And it was in my Finsta, relax. But it was more so like people that I know that are close to me get to see what I do on the daily, right? Also, I get to showcase me being myself more because it's people that I know.
Yeah. It's like your close friends.
In my close friends, but on my own little Instagram.
Yeah.
And then I realized that was me being scared of people that were following me, or just of what they would think of me, right? Because I'm over here running away from these people, going back to my little friends simply because they won't judge me as hard.
Mm-hmm.
But why do I care about those people? Nor do I care about what they're saying about me.
Yeah.
That realization just occurred like, when did I text you to do this podcast?
Whatever it is.
Do you know what I mean? Or no?
Yeah.
Like, listen, let
little
me break
bit.
it down. I made an Instagram account to run away from critics that I followed, and you know what I mean? But the problem is why am I making a new Instagram when I'm me regardless of where I'm at?
Yeah.
So it was just let me spit my truth where I'm at, regardless of what. And that is what happiness and winning is to me. So failure is the complete opposite. It's running away from who I am simply because of being scared of critique.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A little bit. I'll give you my definition.
Give me a D-block definition.
I'll my definition of failure, and this is shit that I've seen from like YouTube and just a little bit of research, and they say like failure is giving up. That to me is failure, bro.
Bro, but failing to me is winning or thinking you're winning when you're not you. Like, I don't want to win or whatever considered winning is if I'm not being myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would rather be me with two niggas fucking with me hard than with me that a bunch of people are fucking with.
Yeah.
That it's not even me.
Yeah, it's not even you. Yeah, I see
When
what
I'm
you're
myself
saying.
somewhere else.
I know what you're saying.
And that-
yeah.
It's
It's a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of
it's
people.
a weird
A
concept.
lot of people say that though. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like, okay, I just want to be me, but I can't because I gotta put on this face for
Yeah.
everybody else, unless I'm not that guy. I see what you're saying. I understand it exactly.
But
wholeheartedly.
even though the being that guy, because here with the spoken word for once, when I spit poetry, there's this persona, there's this vibe of just who this character is, right?
Mhm.
It's like a mask. When I go up on, I did theater for a long time,
Yeah.
so it was just that. Am I playing a persona? Or is this really me? And then it gets to the point of, am I happy with the persona I'm playing, or am I even happy with who I am? Then you have to figure out who you are, right?
Yeah.
You gotta rock with yourself first before anybody rocks with you, because people are gonna really understand. Yo, is this person really who he is?
Did you have imposter syndrome?
Yeah, 100%. I felt like I wasn't myself
How'd you cope with that?
by figuring out who I was.
How long that journey take?
That took a while. That took several years because it's always coming back. Every time I write, I'm like, you always. It's something with actors. I feel like because you learn how to play a character, and then when you're done playing that character, you realize, yo, am I playing a character now? Like, is this conversation? Am I playing a character with you right now?
T'Challa. Everywhere he went, the little.
Is that him or is this
that
character
him?
now?
Is
You know what I'm
that-
saying?
yeah.
Did he manifest himself to be T'Challa, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where the conversation lies. But we're
I think that's
interviewing
big, bro.
you now, okay?
Bro, I think.
Do you know who you are?
I do.
For real?
I got a nice story for you too, fam.
Tell me, like, when did you feel like you found yourself? And let's end on that because I feel like this conversation, there's gonna be a part 2, there's gonna be a part 3,
Yeah.
there's gonna be. I feel like this is a journey, inshallah. But how did you find yourself?
I think I've so.
And when did you notice?
Funny story. I found myself in Ohio. I found who I was in Ohio. I found who I was in Ohio.
Yeah.
You feel me? I knew who I was. I had a podcast going. I had everything going for me. Alhamdulillah. I'm becoming the cool guy that I've always wanted to be, right? And then I had to change for the better. You know what I'm saying? I was becoming a father. So I moved from Ohio. And the fucked up
So
thing.
do I have to be a father?
Nah, bro.
Is that the advice we're giving kids?
Not at all. Because this is where I'm about to take you. I moved from Ohio and I moved to Minnesota. I had a stint in South Dakota for a little bit, but essentially I'm Minnesota. But I didn't feel like myself. Like I'll try to bring this persona, this man who I created, this character, this person that I created in Ohio. I try to bring him here, but I don't have the things or the resources that I had in Ohio. I don't have the friends that I had in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have my family, my mom, you know what I'm saying, that I had in my masjid community that I had in Ohio. I didn't. Like in Ohio, even if you don't have anything to do, you have 1 or 2 friends that you can call and be like, yo, let's go kick it. And you go kick it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you're very comfortable here out there too. Like you kick it here at the crib or pop out. I ain't had nobody else to pop out with. Nigga, my fun was going to the gym and playing basketball with a bunch of other Somali people that I did not know.
And
You know what I'm
they were
saying?
like, yo, we about to go eat. Yeah.
They all saying we about to go. Yeah, I'm like, I'm not I'm not friends
Go
with him.
home.
I'm like, I'm going home, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Granted, I go kick it with my son. Alhamdulillah, bro. Beautiful thing. But then again, over the last year, bro, like I also went to therapy and shit, and I talked to the therapist, and you know what I'm saying. When you talk about shit like that, people think, oh damn, what happened? I talked to my therapist, bro, Sarah Parker. Shout out to her, and she made me realize like this is something that I didn't know, but I knew at the same time. She was like, you have an identity loss. You don't know who the hell you are. And I'm like, bro, the fuck? Like, I have an identity loss. I knew it, but I really didn't know it. But then that's what therapy is. Like, they make you realize the simplest things. They make you realize the simplest things for some fucking reason in a way that they put it. I guess that's why they're licensed. So back in June, I was like, all right, bet. So I have this opportunity now. I don't have an identity. Now is a part of my journey to create who the hell Ayub is outside of Ohio. Because every time I go back to Ohio, you get homesick, right? If you move out of somewhere, you get homesick, right? And every time you want to feel like your old self, or you want to, you know, for me at least, it's a rejuvenating thing. It's like a reset for me. Go back to Ohio, go to the restaurants I used to go to, see the family members that I seen, go to the masjid I grew up in. That home vibe. 2-3 days there, so on the fist, so you know what I'm saying, and come back, and then it's like you energized again. So for me, it's like I saw it as an opportunity. Okay, cool. I can create the identity of who the hell Ayub is going to be outside of Ohio. The Ayub that lives in Minnesota. And this is where I got to. I'm like, all right, but now I got to create good habits.
Mm-hmm.
I have to. I have to make good habits a part of my identity. For those who know me, alhamdulillah, I got a gym journey now. Do I look like a fucking bodybuilder?
Hey,
No.
First of all, shout out your Instagram because you do this every single morning. You know, I'm still mad that one day where I thought I beat you.
Where?
When I called you at like 6 a.m., I thought I was the shit. I went to the gym. I woke up at like 5:20. I'm over here thinking I'm doing it. I packed all my stuff. 6:01, I'm walking into Lifetime. FaceTime this dude. I beat his ass. Yo, where you at? Oh, bro, I'm just getting out the gym. Nigga, what you mean? I'm just coming into the gym. Yeah, I'm about to go pray Fajr, bro. What's up? You coming? Bro, I'm going to call you tomorrow. I'm going to try this again tomorrow. Like, you know how mad I was? I was like, just like a little bit of just like, damn, like every day I'm watching this man go to the gym at 6. Why the hell did you decide to go at 4?
I work out with a buddy of mine. So he goes, he's a teacher. So he's like, after Fajr, like we don't got nothing else to do but go to work. He got to go to work. So every Wednesday, tomorrow morning, okay, I'm going 4:45.
Like tomorrow, I'm going at 6. So it's just like, I was going to FaceTime. At least now you saved me the time.
Nah, tomorrow.
The heartbreak. I was lifting. I was not lifting my PRs at all, nigga. I was deflated.
Bro, if it's anything that I could tell anybody, bro, it's like, yo, move out. Get out of your comfort zone, bro. I think that's the best thing that happened to me, bro. That's it.
Let's actually leave it at that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Do you move out?
Go get out of your comfort zone for a little bit. Be a nomad for a little bit.